Okay, we're back. We've let the bread rise another 20-25 minutes or something. We're trying to rush this one up. And now's a good time, guys, when you're in the kitchen and you're baking. Put some of that, get some of that flour on you. Makes you look like you've been working hard. Alright, and then we'll sprinkle a little more flour here. Here's our beautiful. Here. Enough of that, says my producer. Too many jokes spoil the challah. Alright, but now I start to roll this out into kind of a log here. And it's still in the just a little flour. Not too much. And I notice I kind of fold. Stretching it out and kind of folding it. And then you can, when you do that, you can almost hear the little pinches of air bubbles. Pinch out or something. I think that does something. But the dough is still moist. Betty nods her head. Yes, she actually knows about this stuff, so me, I'm just waiting it. And I'm going to make 3 equal. I don't cut them. I just kind of rip them apart. And I'm going to start working them right here, like a 3-card. Okay. And the same way, kind of folding and stretching them out. These are a little stretchier than usual. And I kind of do this. Stretch them out and make them even. One. And we're trying to get our 3 long strands. This dough is stretchier, so it's going to be a little bit of a harder time. But we'll get it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Make them look like strands. We have blue jays. A lot of blue jays this morning. And so I haven't seen our hummingbirds. So our hummingbirds are smarter. But you'll see how they get longer and stringier. And usually more even than this one. of trying to neaten them up. And what do you think, Betty? Shall I let you sit?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let them sit. Okay, we're back. It's been about just 5 minutes or so. And when it sits, then you can kind of form it a little better. Betty reminds me if one of them was a little shorter, you can use that one for your center one. And so these aren't perfect, but they're these long strands. This is our cornmeal. I've got probably a tablespoon of this. Some people, I use a little more because I like it. And on the pan, I'm going to roll these on the pan. I'm doing lengthwise on here because it fits a little better. There are 3 strands. And then because I'm dyslexic and because Betty's been doing this with her, finished bread is very similar to this, cardamom bread. And so she actually got me going on this. But you can pinch these ends together real well. There's 3 strands on the end. And together real good so that it doesn't unravel. And Betty's going to help me with the actual braiding. And also so she can join us here. Hi, Betty.
Hello.
Okay.
And of course, Barney has to be in a picture too, obviously.
And then how do we...
On that side?
Cut.
Stop.
You're going to have to edit this out.
Yes. So we tend to...
Barney, get in here. Come on.
Need him to get his...
Hey, let's go. All right. Our dog Barney wanted to get in the picture.
Okay, actually, will you... Oh, yeah.
Our dog Barney wanted to get in the picture, so we that'll be another home movie. But you can see how we have this here ready to go. All right, and how do I start, Betty?
Spread them out. You can bring...
Spread them out wider, okay.
Mm-hmm. And bring one side. You can pick which one you want to start with and bring it into center.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then?
And then the opposite side into center. Center. Mm-hmm. Always center.
And then like that. Betty has to start me off, but then once she does, you can kind of move along pretty quickly and get a bunch of strands in there. And then, can you repeat those steps, Betty, of this to center?
Yeah, just spread them out, and then bring outside to center, and then the opposite, outside to center, outside to center. Just always, just like a standard braid you do in the hair.
Mm-hmm.
And don't tighten them up, because they will actually swell and fill up any gaps that are in there.
Okay, Betty.
So just pinch the ends so that it
leave
stays together, and let it rise.
And then we're going to come back and put an egg wash on it, which will be an egg and just a few drops of water mixed up over the top. Some people, you can make a sweetbread out of this, putting honey and raisins in the dough or whatever. But I like sesame seeds on top, so that's what I forgot to mention that. Sesame seeds, the egg wash after it rises on top. Oven 360 degrees. That sounds a little low, but in order for it to cook, hopefully to brown it up real nice. One trick that I use is I have a tray that I'll put a half a dozen ice cubes on, and I slide that in the oven underneath where I put the bread, and that kind of makes it the right crispness and just puts a little moisture in the oven. And we'll be back in 10 minutes or so, and we'll do that. And look how hard I've been baking, Betty. I've had flour all over. We're back, minus some dog barking, and minus a few jokes. Cut. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, and I got an egg here, and I'm going to add just a few drops, maybe that's a teaspoon of water in the egg. And this is going to be for the wash. It's, we don't have a brush that you'd normally use to get it on there, but I just use a teaspoon and kind of the back of the teaspoon. Whoops. And try to get this on all over kind of even. I'm doing this a little quicker so we don't have boring. Our advertisers get so mad at Pillsbury. Let's just do this quickly. On the other side, we cut down like this, kind of painting it on there, using the back of the spoon, and not too heavy a coat, but I usually try not to dribble too much on the pan because that makes the loaf stick a little bit, but okay. When we mentioned this bread and I was describing it to Betty's family, they said, oh, you mean cardamom bread. Just about the same, but the spices are a little different, but other than that, the finished bread is very similar. They don't pray, they don't say the prayer, they all get in the hot tub. But anyway, okay, and I sprinkled with a little kosher salt, very little, and then I have my sesame seeds. I'm liberal with the sesames. Across. Here's our bread. I'm going to neaten up some of this egg on the side so that we don't get too much sticky stuff. I might cover it up a little. And there's our bread. It's going to go in the oven for about half an hour. You know, the first one I did at 375, Betty said do 350, and so I've been compromising with 360. And here's a tray with just a few, or a metal tray with a few ice cubes in it, and this is going to go in the tray in the oven. You know, maybe one rack 4 inches or something under the bread for the moisture. And we'll put the bread in, and we'll be back with a challah product.